Good evening, baseball fans. How you doing? Happy 4th of July weekend. Let's get to some power rankings, shall we? And how are we doing, baseball fans? Hello, hello, hello. Lots of familiar faces in the chat here tonight. What's going on? CJ LaChapelle, Nicholas is here. What is going on? How are we doing? We had a few other members here. Where are those members at? William Fulgham is here tonight. What is going on, William? You're probably going to be happy with where I put the Braves for this week. Who else we got in here? Any other members in here right now? Any other ones? Not right now from what I'm seeing. Not right now. But I am seeing a lot of other faces here. Boba Fett, Max Duran, Kenny, Ethan's Tech World, Tony Gonsolin is here in the flesh. Houston, Texas Dave. What is going on? How are we doing? Analytical side of sports. Hello, my friend. E-Man84. Sean Desai. Whoa, that just scared the crap out of me. JM1231. What's up, Robbie? J-Rod for the All-Star game and AL Rookie of the Year. Man, oh man, we got a lot of good rookies this year. What the heck is going on with all these rookies? Jeremy Pena's been awesome. Man, Julio Rodriguez, he's been fantastic. It's going to be a close race. Jacob Toon is here, one of our moderators. What's going on? Caden Thompson, hello. What is going on, everyone? Starting to have some people trickle on in. Tristan Pratt is here. What's going on? Conman752, another moderator, is here. Hello, one of our beloved Orioles fans. What is going on? Alrighty, everyone. How you doing? We got the 4th of July tomorrow. Any big 4th of July fans here? Any big, fans of fireworks? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm so... I don't want to sound like the party pooper, but, I'm not the biggest fan of the fireworks, I'm a grandpa. I go to bed early. Unless I'm streaming late, you'll see me face first in my bed just early. And when I'm hearing fireworks at night, I'm like, okay, I can't sleep. I hate it here. But fireworks, they are pretty fun when you get to play with them, as long as you don't blow your hands off. That's the most important thing. I saw a hilarious meme this past weekend. It was like 12 different pictures of x-rays of people's hands and just completely broken fingers and broken hands or whatever else from lighting fireworks. Always pretty funny every time I see that meme. But my favorite part of 4th of July is all the food. I'm going to be pigging out tomorrow. I can't wait. Hot dogs, hamburgers, some apple pie. Let me know in the chat, what is your favorite 4th of July food? If you could pick, I saw this on Barstool Sports. If you could pick 3, I think you had a choice of hot dogs, hamburgers, steak, ribs, and then you had sides like potato salad, mac and cheese, so on. Then there was apple pie. For me, you got to go hot dogs, hamburgers, apple pie. That's as American as it gets. That's as American as it gets. Those are my 3. Let me know in the chat what you think. Bubba Fett, he's saying hot dogs, steak, and ribs. Ooh, brisket's a good one. VZJRZ, what's going on? How you doing? Got burgers. Burgers seem to be the popular one here. Ooh, John cooking up some brisket. Oh, John, I gotta come swing by your place, my friend. I love brisket, man. We got a place right around here. Oh man, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. There's also a taco place around here too that smokes their own brisket there. Oh, their brisket tacos, unbelievable. Jacob Toon, ribs are pretty top tier. They are, man. When you have good ribs, it's just phenomenal. Oh my God. Look at this. Every time I think of ribs, I always think of this one Gordon Ramsay video. It's just look it up. It's like Gordon, just Google or put on YouTube Gordon Ramsay likes the food. And he goes to this one place in England, and she had ribs. And just the way he, says how much he likes the ribs, it always makes me laugh. Anyway, I'm rambling on about food here. I can be here forever to talk about food. I am seeing some more people trickle on in. I think that is a good time to get this show underway. But as always, don't mind me. I just have to go over a few things before we start. If anyone is new, hit that subscribe button for me. We're in July. It's officially July now. It's the busy time of the year, everyone. Busy time of the year. We got the deadline. We got the All-Star game, the Home Run Derby. We got the draft coming up. Oh, my. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. Everyone, I want 100 likes by the half point of the stream. Where are we at right now? We are at 35 likes, and I have 102 people in the chat. What the heck are you guys doing? Hit that like button for me. I want 100 likes by the middle of the stream. The goal for tonight is 200 likes. That's the goal for tonight. Hit that bell notification. Like I said, it's going to be a busy month. Trade deadline, draft, all-star game, home run derby, trade rumors galore. Hit that bell notification so you get notified every time I go live and every time I upload a video. Also, if you can, share the stream as well. That will help some more people come on in so they can hate me for my power rankings. Also, everyone, don't forget, we are partners with SeatGeek. Use my code HYDE, $20 off your first purchase. I had a couple of people use my code last week. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, use my code HYDE. If you're going to a game, go look at SeatGeek. Go see if there's any good tickets. And if you see some tickets, use my code. You get $20 off your first purchase. Why wouldn't you use it? Don't forget, we're also partners with Prize Picks. Use my code GINGER. I haven't had anyone use the code lately. So if anyone's looking to maybe bet on some baseball games, go to Prize Picks, man. It's got some pretty fun stuff over there if you're looking to win a few extra bucks. Also, everyone, I want to say to everyone that came out Wednesday night for the first episode of MLB Trade Talk with John Bitzer of Baseball Trade Values, I want to thank you for coming out. We had a great first episode the other night. We're going to be going live on Wednesday nights to talk about trade rumors and anything really you need to know about trades. John Bitzer is the trade man. You want to be here Wednesday nights. It's a great show. Thank you again for coming out for that. Also, everyone, I have a couple of announcements. Here before I get to the power rankings. Is everyone listening? I got a couple announcements here. I'm gonna count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you listening? Okay, cool. Here we go. As you all know, I am the host of the Red Sox podcast for the Believe Podcast Network. Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a host or a co-host. We have ourselves a co-host for the Red Sox podcast. It is a former Red Sox player. I'm not even going to give you any hints. I'm not even going to give you any clues. I'm going to let you maybe think, who could it possibly be? The only way you are going to be able to find out is to tune in Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. If you want to know who it is, tune in 10 a.m. Eastern this coming Thursday, and you will see who the co-host is for the Red Sox podcast. I am pretty excited about it. Also, everyone, one more announcement before I do get started. Tomorrow night, make sure you are home tomorrow night, or you got your phone or whatever it is, because tomorrow night I am uploading my yearly trade deadline video. One trade for each team by the 2022 deadline. I did this video last year. It was my best video of all time. Jason, no. Honestly, I wish it was Ted Williams' Frozen Head. That would be amazing. Oh, my God. Oh, that's making me laugh. But tomorrow, please tune in. One trade for each team by the 2022 trade deadline. I did this last year. It was my most viewed video of all time. 95,000 views. I am hoping this one can top 100,000. That's the goal. I'm hoping for it. We're going to have to wait and see. But I will be premiering this tomorrow night. I put a lot of work into this. Man, oh man, I was banging my head against the wall coming up with some of these some of these fits for some of these players going to different teams. So please tune in. I would greatly appreciate that. So also, we had a super chat come in while I was going over those. Conman752, how you doing, my friend? It was Mama Sherry's Soul Food Shack. Yes, where Gordon ate the whole plate clean. Makes me hungry think about it. You know what's funny? That lady, like, really nice lady. I actually watched a YouTube video on her. She ended up closing down her restaurant. She just never got the business. She had great food, according to Gordon Ramsay, but she just never got the business. Oh, man, Mama Sherry's Soul Food Shack, man. I wish I could have gone to eat there one day. Man, oh, man. That would have been cool. But, yeah, Gordon Ramsay. I love Gordon Ramsay. He's one of my favorite people ever. I think he's hilarious. Anyway, let's move on, everyone. Let's get to some power rankings, shall we? Here we go. Let me just get the music ready here. Alrighty. I always forget to do something, everyone. I always forget to do something, whether that's the music or I forget to set up the tier maker or whatever it is. Here we go. Let's get to it here. Also, everyone, I have the new Fangraphs t-shirt from Breaking Tees. Man, oh man, it is quite the comfy shirt. I'm going to be honest with you. Breaking Tees, man, they make great shirts. Alrighty, here we go. Okay, here we go. Here were the power rankings last week. If you were here last week, you saw that my top five, we had the Yankees, Astros, Dodgers, Mets, and the Braves. And from 5 to 10, we had the Padres, Red Sox, Twins, Phillies, and the Brewers. So, as always, going to be starting off fresh. Remember, I don't just completely throw every team back into the box and then just kind of pick a new random order. I like to go week to week. I don't like to make any big drastic changes. I like to do a bit of a progression. I don't always like to just, I don't like to make big jumps. Sometimes I will, depending on my mood, really. I guess that's kind of a big way of how I do things sometimes. But really most of the time, I'm going progression week to week. So usually it's more smaller, more conservative moves, if anything. But sometimes I'll make a big increase or big decrease. So here we go. Let's get to it here. Last week, the number 30 team, I had the Kansas City Royals coming in at number 30 this week. It has been I have had a lot of changes to the number 30 position, what feels like in the last month. I got teams hot potatoing this spot. Moving back down to the number 30 spot, we got the Oakland A's, man. They're just not playing great baseball lately. They were swept by the Yankees this week. They lost their series to the Mariners. But the biggest news here, and this is, what the heck? Frankie Montas. Frankie Montas today. He left his start with shoulder tightness. Not good. That's horrible news. He had reduced velocity today. Yeah, that's something you don't want to be hearing, man. A month before the deadline. I guarantee you the A's are going to proceed with a lot of caution here. There was a rumor today that the Cardinals were the favorite to land Montas. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see about that. But this is some big news here, and this is something that we're going to need to pay attention to, because Frankie Montas, you could easily argue he is the prize of the trade deadline. So please keep your eyes on this. I will be keeping my eyes on this as well. And if anything happens, I'll let you know. But as for the A's, hey, they're just playing terrible baseball lately. They've been losing a lot of games lately, so I have them down to the number 30 spot. Moving down as well from number 28 last week down to 29, I got the Cincinnati Reds. They lost both their series to the Braves and the Cubs. Albert Moore Jr. did walk it off today, though, so I guess they ended the week on a good note. But for the Reds, not great baseball lately. They moved down one spot to 29. Coming in at number 28, they also moved down one spot. The Washington Nationals, they were at number 27 last week, down to 28 this week. They did win 2 out of 3 against Pittsburgh, but they were also swept by the Marlins. They lost in extra innings today. But really, the big news is Juan Soto. Juan Soto left today's game with calf tightness. They're awaiting MRI results. Remember last year with Mike Trout, same thing happened with him. He was having some problems with the calf. We're going to have to wait and see what ends up happening with this. However, there was some other news about Juan Soto. I cannot speak about Juan Soto this week. Rumors out there of a possible extension. Now, I'm going to pull up this tweet here. Where did it go? There was a rumor out there that he had been offered a 13-year, $425 million extension. Now, if we go take a look at this tweet from, there was Britt Garoli as well as Doherty. Jesse Doherty is on the Washington Post. Multiple people tell me the reported figures of 13 years and 425 are inaccurate. So, I guess there was an offer, but what exactly were the terms? I can't speak tonight. What the heck is going on with me? Britt Garoli. Am told the report the Nationals offered Juan Soto 13 years, 425 is inaccurate. Also important to note, the Lerner family is exploring a sale of the team, making the timing of any negotiations, and there's no evidence there's anything active. Curious to say the least. So, Juan Soto, there's been talks about an extension. Remember, he did reject a 13-year, $350 back in the offseason. But Juan Soto, he was asked whether he would consider an extension with the Nationals, and he replied, yes, why not? He suggested he's content with Boris in the front office discussing potential terms during the season, but he wants to stay far away. He wants to focus on baseball. So we're going to have to stay tuned to this. Obviously, Juan Soto, one of the best players in the game, and you would hope for the Nationals that they can keep this guy locked up for the long term. We're going to have to wait and see on that. One player I do want to bring up with the Nationals, I usually like to fly through these bottom teams, but I want to bring up Josh Bell because this guy has been on absolute fire lately, man. Josh Bell, he's going to be on the move by the deadline. If he ends up staying with the Nationals, I'm going to be shocked. But look at what he's been doing in the last 15 games. In the last 7 games, he's hitting .481 with a .548 on base and an .815 slugging. Look at the last 15 games. A .434 average, a .531 on base, and .830 slugging. This guy's got 4 home runs in his last 15 games with 8 RBIs, 9 walks. My goodness, Josh Bell is out of his mind right now. On the year, he's hitting .319 with a .401 on base and a .918 OPS. Josh Bell, man, I am quite excited to see where he ends up going. And make sure you stay tuned for tomorrow night when I drop my video on one trade for each team by the deadline. You're going to have to wait and see where I have Josh Bell going. But other than that, not a whole lot going on with the Nationals. Mike Rizzo, Dave Martinez, their options were exercised for next year, so they will be around for another year. But other than that, not really a whole lot going on with the Nationals. Coming in at number 27, I got the Pittsburgh Pirates. Lost 2 out of 3 to the Brewers and the Nationals this week. Really, the big one is O'Neal Cruz, man. He's come up. This guy's hitting home runs all over the place. 3 home runs, 5 RBIs this past week, but not a whole lot of winning for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Coming in at number 26, a bit of a jump here because and here's why I have the Kansas City Royals moving up to number 26. Last week, they were number 30. Quite a jump. a lot of it is the Royals have just played better than these other teams. I mean, these other teams just had horrible weeks, but the Royals, they were the only team out of this bottom tier to win a series this week. They did lose 2 out of 3 to Texas, but they won 2 out of 3 against the Tigers. Brady Singer, he had 9 strikeouts today in 4 2/3 innings. My goodness. Benintendi, he's been really good lately. He should be another guy on the move by the deadline. He is 7 for his in his last 7 games, he has 10 hits and 25 at-bats. So Benintendi is heating up at the right time. Moving into the next tier, we have the Detroit Tigers coming in at number 26. Last week, I had the Tigers at number 22, or number 25, sorry. Had them at 22 last week, so they drop a few spots. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Royals, like I just mentioned. They did split 2 games with the Giants this week. So Tigers, hey, they avoided losing both series, so good for them. Skubal has been slumping lately. He was one of the better starting pitchers in all of Major League Baseball at one point, but man, oh man, his last few starts, he has not been very good. Spencer Torkelson had a home run today. He's been pretty bad this year, but he did homer today, so maybe Torkelson's going to start to heat up. We're going to have to wait and see. But I have the Tigers coming in at number 25. At number 24, I got the Arizona Diamondbacks. Lose 2 out of 3 to the Rockies. They did split their series with the Padres. So, hey, the Diamondbacks taking it to the Padres. Now, we'll talk about the Padres here in a little bit. But the Diamondbacks able to split with them. David Peralta, grand slam today. Wasn't enough to get the win. Zach Gallen got the start. Zach Gallen was actually pretty vocal after their loss today, saying, hey, we need to start winning these games. These are winnable games, and we can't be letting these games get through our hands. So Zach Gallen, man, he's trying to rev up this team, but we'll have to see what ends up happening with the Diamondbacks. Zach Davies on the IL with a shoulder injury. That was a guy maybe I could have seen getting traded at the deadline. We'll have to wait and see what ends up happening with him. Dallas Keuchel, man, he's had a couple starts with the Diamondbacks now. He has been awful. 2 starts, 12 hits allowed, 11 runs. I'm starting to think that Keuchel, man, this might be the end of the road for Dallas Keuchel, unless maybe he can somehow resurrect his career as like a reliever or something. I think he's gonna have to maybe stop trying to be a starting pitcher because this guy's just getting nailed. Andrew Moore, when is the next hot takes? I really enjoy those. I'm gonna be honest with you, Andrew Moore, and everyone listening in the chat. This is why I did not do I was gonna do hot takes last week. I barely had like any submissions for hot takes. Usually, if every time I'm doing a hot takes episode, I always post something in the community tab on my channel, and that's where you can leave your hot takes. Usually, I get anywhere from like 80 to 100 hot takes submitted. The last time I did it a couple weeks ago, only like 30 of you submitted. So I'm like, I don't have enough here, you know, because I'm gonna pick ones that I like. You know, there were a few that I liked, but overall, I need to have maybe like around 10 where I like to make a full show out of it. You know, so everyone, if you want to see hot takes come back, you're going to have to submit your hot takes whenever I post it on the community tab. Make sure you're looking out for that. Guys, I am using that community tab as much as I can. Always pay attention to that community tab. And I always use it to post announcements or hot takes or whatever else. So make sure you're always paying attention to that. But the reason I did not do hot takes is because, or the last couple of weeks, because when I tried to do it last time, I only had like 33 people submit them compared to like usually around like 100 submissions. I mean, I don't know. So that made me think, all right, I guess no one wants to do hot takes. So I'll try again this coming week, but you guys are going to have to be on the lookout for that post. Coming in number 23, we got the Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles, they moved down a couple of spots from last week. I had them at 21. They moved down to 23. They lose both their series to the Mariners and the Twins this week. The starting pitching has looked really good. 3rd overall this past week. Some very good starting pitching. Tyler Wells had a no-no going today in their win against the Twins. Did it against his former team. But other than that, not a whole lot going on for the Orioles. Bullpen has been really solid all year. I'm looking to see, could we maybe see some of these guys in that bullpen get traded? We'll have to wait and see. Oh, Conman752. $10 super chat. I guess it's proof that the O's have turned a corner. If I'm upset that they were 6 outs away from a road sweep of the Twins, Tyler Wells has been looking like a stud lately. 1.89 ERA in his last 4 starts. He's been great. Awesome pickup for the Orioles. I think hey, Conman, I say it every week. It seems like every week I always feel like I'm saying I'm excited for the Orioles' future. I think they're going to have themselves a big offseason. And, yeah, they're only going to keep getting better. But the Orioles, they're showing enough flashes this year. They're kind of reminding me of the Tigers last year. Where the Tigers, they weren't really quite there, but they were having a fun season. But yeah, the Orioles, man, I'm going to pay attention to what they do at the deadline. They got some interesting pieces. Could you part with a Trey Mancini? Santander, could you part ways with him? There's a lot of guys, bullpen as well. Few arms in that bullpen that you could possibly part with. Mancini's going to be an interesting one because I could see him getting traded, but then I could also see the Orioles hanging on to him because, there's kind of like that sentimental part of Mancini where he's kind of a leader in the clubhouse. Guys look up to him. So I wonder if the Orioles maybe try and work something out with him, maybe some kind of an extension. We'll have to wait and see. But for the Orioles, I have them in at 23. Conman, thank you for the $10. Number 22, I got the Rockies. Look at the Rockies playing a little better lately. They won 2 out of 3 against the Diamondbacks. C.J. Cron, 2 home runs today. Numbers 18 and 19. He had 6 RBIs. They also won 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers this week. Look at that. Chris Bryant, he returned from the IL this past week, and Brendan Rodgers has been hot over his last 7 games. He's hitting over 450. Man, oh man. The Rockies coming in at number 22. They move up a couple of spots from last week. And coming in at number 21, the team that I just saw this past weekend, we just lost our series to this team, the Chicago Cubs. They won both of their series as well this week, the Reds and the Red Sox. Their offense was really good this week. They were second in offense on the week. Christopher Morel, Nico Horner, Ian Happ, they've all been red hot. Their starting pitching has been really good. Man, Leiter Jr., are you kidding me? Had a really good start against my Red Sox the other day in place of Alec Mills. Justin Steele, Kyle Hendricks had a couple of good starts. Their bullpen's been really good. Givens, Efros, Robertson, they've all been pitching well lately. Chicago Cubs, man, playing some good baseball lately. Man, oh man. They almost won it today. They almost swept the Red Sox. What the heck? My goodness. Playing some great baseball. On to the next tier. We got the LA Angels coming in at number 20. I think that's where they were last week. Yes, I am not moving the Angels. I don't know, man. I'm starting to think with this Angels team. I mean, if we go look at the standings right now, let me pull up here. The Angels right now, I mean, 7 out in the wild card. Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know what, like, I don't know what to do. Like, if you're the Angels, what do you do? Do you sell? I mean, like, I don't know. I think your best bet is to just try and keep playing. I don't know. We have seen the Red Sox and the Braves completely turn it around. The Angels are a team, if they could have one good month, they could climb back into it. I don't know. I think there is something just wrong in that organization. I don't know what it is, man. Like, they were 10 games over 500, and then they lost 14 in a row. And then they've just been playing terrible baseball over the last few weeks. Just very inconsistent. I don't know, man. To me, if I'm the Angels, I mean, Artie Moreno would never do it, but if I'm the Angels, I'm selling. I'm just completely rebuilding. You have failed as an organization, and you're failing. I don't know. That's just me. If my team stinks and I got all this talent, I'm getting rid of all of it. I'm having a garage sale. Hey, take what you want. Give me some prospects. I don't know. I'd probably keep Trout around. Honestly, part of me almost wants to see Mike Trout just go to another team just so the guy can have a chance at playing in the playoffs. Shohei Ohtani. I don't know. To me, it's like, I don't know, man. You have a bad team, but you got two amazing players. You can't win with two amazing players. And Artie Moreno, they're bringing in tickets. They're selling tickets. And at the end of the day, I think that's all the Angels care about. They just care about making money. Wonder Davey, $5 super chat. Can we start thinking about calling the Rendon contract an awful one? Well, according to baseball trade values, it is the second worst contract at the moment, right in front of Steven Strasburg. So that's, I don't know, man. I think if you're the Angels, what I think they're going to end up doing, I think they end up just kind of standing pat. Maybe they could trade a couple of guys. I could actually maybe see them buying, to see if they can climb their way back into it. 7 games is a pretty bad deficit, but it's not impossible to dig your way out of. So I think the Angels will end up staying. Now, if they're 10 games out of a wild card spot, I think the next 2 weeks is going to be really telling. If the Angels, if they're within 5 games of a wild card spot, then I think they'll end up buying. But if they're like closer to 10 games out, I would think that they got to sell. So moving on to, well, actually, no, I didn't really talk about the Angels. The Angels, they got swept by Houston. Houston, man, they're just looking incredible. We'll talk about them here in a little bit. They did win 2 out of 3 against the White Sox. They did win their series against the White Sox. Ohtani, he's been awesome. You can't. That's pretty much him and Trout basically carrying the team. Ohtani, he has 24 strikeouts in his last 2 starts. He had 11 against the White Sox this week. Noah Syndergaard, he got the win against the White Sox in that series. But the offense is so bad. Now, if the Angels are within 5 games of a wild card spot, I could see them going after a bat. That's what I think they need to do. Their offense was so much better like the first couple of months, but it has just completely gone down the tubes since then. I don't know what the heck's going on. CJ LaChapelle, a member for 5 months. CJ, thank you, my friend. But the Angels, I think they need a bat. If they're going to have any hopes of getting back into this thing, I think they need to get someone for the infield. Could you go after someone like a Brandon Drury from the Reds, maybe a Kyle Farmer? They need a bat there. So, and I think they need to get it for the infield. Their infield has not been very good offensively. Coming in at number 19, same spot as last week, the Chicago White Sox. These are the 2 most disappointing teams this year, the White Sox and the Angels. The White Sox, like I just said, they lost 2 out of 3 against the Angels, but they did sweep San Francisco today. Holy cow, they took it. They took it to the Giants today, man. What did they score, like 15 runs? 13 runs today against the Giants. Holy cow. My goodness. Lucas Giolito did look really good here. The starting pitching has looked good. Giolito, 6 strong innings today. Dylan Cease, he got the win against the Giants in this series. Johnny Cueto had a good start against the Angels. They've had good starting pitching, but the offense has been slumping. 21st overall coming into today, and then they scored 13 runs. So, good day for the White Sox, but they need to start being a more consistent team. So, for the White Sox, this is a team where I think they're really close. They're 4 out of a wild card. I think the White Sox will end up getting a wild card. I think, or at least they'll be in it until the end. Or could they? They could still win this division. They could. That is crazy. As bad as they've been playing, they are still this close. That just shows this division is just awful. It's not a good division. Whatever team comes out of this division in the playoffs, they are not going to be a good bet. Moving on to number 17. They do drop a couple of spots from last week. I have the Texas Rangers coming in at number 17. Texas, they did win 2 out of 3 against the Royals, but they lost 2 out of 3 against the Mets. Offense was actually pretty good this week coming into today. Marcus Semien, Tavares, they had good weeks at the plate. Starting pitching was pretty good. Martin Perez, not as crisp as usual, but he did have 2 wins this past week against Kansas City and the Mets. The bullpen has actually been really solid. They are 7th. They were 7th in ERA for the week, man. They're 7th in ERA on the year. Texas has had a pretty good bullpen this year, pretty underrated. Will Joe Barlow end up getting traded? I don't think so. I don't think the Texas Rangers are really going to sell. I think the Rangers are going to look to buy. So for the Rangers right now, they're 5 out of a wild card. They could end up I don't think they will, but I don't think Texas has the depth to really be a serious contender. Who knows? Maybe they could, but I think Texas, either way, I think they're going to buy. Look out, man. I think they could end up making a trade for a guy that's under control. I'll tell you, the Rangers playing pretty good baseball, but they do drop a couple of spots because I like these other teams a little bit more. Coming in at number 17, I have the Marlins. The Marlins jumping ahead of the Rangers here. They did lose 2 out of 3 to the Cardinals, but they swept the Nationals over the weekend. They came back late today. Jesus Sanchez had a go-ahead home run. Garrett Cooper, man, he has been nuts lately. He was hitting .475 coming into today on the week. Garrett Cooper is nuts, man. Really underrated. Alcantara had a complete game against the Cardinals. Trevor Rogers, Daniel Castano, they had wins this week. The Marlins playing some pretty decent baseball. They lost their series to the Cardinals, but they got a big sweep over the weekend. And for the Marlins, they're probably out of it, honestly, in the National League. They've won 4 in a row, and they're 5.5 back of a wild card. That's kind of another team. I think they're not quite there. I don't think they have enough. I'm looking at, they're kind of like the Rangers, where I could see them looking to buy, looking to add at the deadline, maybe for some pieces for the next couple of years. We're going to have to wait and see. Look out for the Marlins at the deadline. I think they could end up going out and trying to add someone. Number 16, rounding out this tier, I have the Mariners. The Mariners, I've told you all, they have a run in them, and I think they're starting to turn that corner. They're 7-3 in their last 10. They won both of their series this past week. They won 2 out of 3 against the Orioles, 3 out of 4 against the A's. Offense was only 18th on the week, but Julio Rodriguez, he had a few homers, won today, backed up Robbie Ray. He got the win today. The bullpen has been fantastic lately. Paul Sewald, he had a few saves this week, including one today. Just playing great baseball lately. They're just racking up the wins against these teams that you should be getting wins against. The Mariners, I think they might have turned a corner. So if we go take a look with the Mariners, just like the Rangers, they're 5 out of a wild card. I do think this is a team to be on the lookout for in the second half. I think they will end up adding. So look out for the Mariners to start to play some better baseball. Everyone, we are at the halfway point. Where are we at with likes, everyone? Where are we at with likes? Everyone, the goal was 100 likes by the halfway point. Are we there? Oh, we didn't hit our goal, everyone. We didn't hit our goal. 76 likes. I wanted 100 likes by the halfway point. We did not reach the goal. I know I have a potato of a face, but come on, just hit that like button for me. Hit that like button for me. Oh, there we go. We just hit the... Oh, wow. Okay. We just got over 30 likes. Okay. We hit our goal. 105 likes. But the goal for the stream tonight is 200 likes. 200 likes. So we're at 105 right now. So let's see if we can get to 200 by the end of the night. Also, if there is anyone new, think about subscribing down below. It's the month of July, a very busy month. A lot of trade rumors. We got the draft coming up. We got the All-Star game. We got the Home Run Derby. So definitely think about subscribing down below. Also, everyone, hit that bell notification so you get notified every single time I go live or I upload a video, which tomorrow I will be uploading my annual 1 trade for each team by the deadline video. I uploaded this last year. I got almost 100,000 views on that video. That was my best video of all time when it comes to the views. So make sure you are looking out for this tomorrow night. Make sure you're looking out for this tomorrow night. I will be premiering it probably around like 8 o'clock. Yeah, probably 8 o'clock. That sounds about right. Maybe 9. Maybe make sure everyone's at home. Who knows what everyone's doing for 4th of July tomorrow? Well, anyway, people are going back to work on Tuesday, so maybe 8 o'clock's a good time. But be on the lookout for this tomorrow. Also, everyone, Red Sox fans, and also any baseball fans, we will be having a former Red Sox player joining the Believe in Red Sox podcast. I am not revealing who it is, so you're going to have to find out Thursday morning to see who it is. I think a lot of you will be pretty excited about it. I will say this. It was a very, very important player for the Red Sox. It wasn't just, a guy that was, on the bench, just like a role player. It was a player that was a huge part of Red Sox history. So be on the lookout. Also, don't forget, everyone, we got partnerships with SeatGeek. Use my code HIDE, $20 off your first purchase. And don't forget, use the code GINGER for a 100% deposit match on Prize Picks. So if you are tired of FanDuel, DraftKings, give Prize Picks a chance. But yeah, all right, everyone, let's get back to it. I think we had a super chat come in during the break. JM1231, also the last month and a half of the M schedule, easy. Yes, let's actually pull that up on Fangraphs here. And if we go to the playoff odds on Fangraphs, the Mariners, actually, let me just pull up all of Major League Baseball. The Mariners' strength of schedule is in the bottom part of the major leagues. Their strength of schedule is a 496 moving forward. So that's a good sign. Fangraphs right now, they have them finishing with a 79-82 record. But remember, they were not very kind to the San Francisco Giants. Even at this point of the season last year, they still thought the Giants were not going to be all that great. They were like what, halfway through the season? And they didn't even really give the Giants a chance of making the playoffs. So the Mariners, they could turn this thing around, man, but they do have a nicer schedule moving forward. So let's get into the top half of the power rankings. Let's get to it. Steven C. Robbie does not have TBS money. It's not Pedro. I wish it was Pedro Martinez. Man. Oh, the amount of questions I would ask that guy. Are you kidding me? I wish. It is not Pedro Martinez. That's all I'm going to say. Alrighty, moving on. Number 15. This team is slump-a-lumping lately. The San Francisco Giants. Very poor baseball lately. They lost 4 out of 5 this past week. They have lost 8 out of their last 10. My goodness, they got destroyed by the White Sox today. They are getting good pitching. 4th in pitching overall coming into today, not counting today. But the offense has just been really cold. 23rd in offense last week. It probably dropped even a little more because they didn't really put up a lot of runs today. But yeah, man, the San Francisco Giants, man, I don't know. They were a top 10 team for me at one point. If we go take a look at the Giants in the wild card race, they're out of the playoffs right now, but they're still 2 games out. They're not out of it by any means, but they've dropped 4 in a row. They're going to have to start picking up the pace. Number 14, we got the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland Guardians were red hot at one point, and then my Red Sox swept them, and the Yankees took care of business against them this past weekend. But they did win 3 out of 4 against the Twins earlier on in the week. They've had some horrible pitching, but Tristan McKenzie, oh my goodness, Tristan McKenzie today had a heck of a start. 7 innings, didn't give up any runs. What a start for Tristan McKenzie today. Unbelievable. And then Emmanuel Clase getting the save in the end, coming up big. But 19 saves on the year for Emmanuel Clase. And actually, I believe Is that leading the league? It might be leading the league. No. Or is it leading the American League? Yeah, it's leading the American League. So, in all of Major League Baseball, the leader is Josh Hader, but Clace is leading the American League. So, he's been very good, man. Awesome year for Clace. Am I saying it wrong? Clase? Emmanuel Clase. I never hear his name get said, so thank you for letting me know. Emmanuel Clase with 19 saves now. Fangraphs is not updated, but coming into today, he had a 1.35 ERA and a 1.71 FIP. My goodness. He's having a very good year. But not great. Not a great weekend for the Guardians, but they did win 3 out of 4 against the Twins earlier in the week. Their offense was dead last this past week. They've had horrible offense, but Franmil Reyes is showing some signs of life. Had a couple of home runs in this series against the Yankees. Had a really down season. Maybe this guy's starting to come alive. We're going to have to wait and see. Coming in at number 13, I had them at number 11 last week. And I can't believe this because I really thought this team, man, after what they did to my Red Sox, I thought they were going to climb into the top 10. And no, the Toronto Blue Jays coming in at number 13. They'd won 2 out of 3 against my Red Sox, but then they lost 3 out of 4 against the Rays. So what the heck happened there? They just completely screwed the pooch. Their offense was fantastic this week. Biggio, Teoscar Hernandez, Gurriel Jr. carried the offense this week. A lot of offense from those guys. Gosman looked really good against my Red Sox. Barrios got a win against the Rays. But the bullpen is the thorn in the side of the Toronto Blue Jays. Taking a look here, when it comes to the Blue Jays, this past week, they only ranked 23rd in Fangraph WAR this past week. And actually, if we go look at the full season, Toronto's bullpen, I believe, is in the bottom 10. They are 25th overall in Fangraph WAR. 15 and 16 out of that bullpen. They need to add an arm, man. They need to add an arm. They were going to be right. They were going to be right in the top 10. The way they handled my Reds. Well, I'm going to be honest here. My Red Sox, they should have won 2 out of 3. I'm going to say that right now. They should have won 2 out of 3. That second game, the Red Sox blew that game. They just completely mismanaged that bullpen. Didn't have Tanner Houck. Didn't have Jarren Duran. The Red Sox should have won that series. But the Blue Jays, they took care of business. They did what they had to do. They won 2 out of 3, but then they lost 3 out of 4. Lost 3 out of 4 to the Rays. What are we doing? My goodness. But the Blue Jays, their offense was really good this week. 3rd in offense this past week. They're hitting like crazy. I mean, look at their numbers this past week coming into today. They were hitting .279 with a .352 on base, a .465 slugging, a .132 WRC plus. I mean, come on. The Blue Jays, you're killing it. You're killing the ball. The starting pitching's been really good. Where's the starting pitching? They're 21st in Fangraph WAR, but I think that was a couple of bad starts that kind of inflated those numbers because Gosman was stupid good against my Red Sox. Yeah, Barrios had a bad start earlier on, and then these are in the last 7 days, but he had a decent start against the Rays, so maybe he's starting to turn the corner. Hatch, he looked awful. He went 4 2/3, an ERA at almost 20. Stripling actually was okay against my Red Sox. That was the second game of the series. He went up against Waka in that game. Kikuchi actually looked really good this week, 6 innings. So Manoah, he was good against my Red Sox as well. Red Sox pulled away with that game in the end, but Manoah, he looked really good in that game against Pivetta. The starting pitching overall, minus a couple of bad starts from Hatch and Barrios, starting pitching looked really good this week. But it's just the bullpen. They got to add a guy. I don't know who they got to add, but they need to add a guy. They got to add someone. The 25th on the year in Fangraph WAR. I mean, come on. Even the Oakland A's have had a more Fangraph WAR than the Blue Jays. What are we doing? Come on. I don't know. Toronto, I think they're just missing one piece. Maybe one or two arms. We're going to have to wait and see. I mean, if we look at Toronto right now. Let's see. My eyes are not working. All right, so let's go to the Blue Jays. Romano's had a pretty good year. So I'm not really worried about the closer role. 29 games, 2.89 ERA. FIP is not much higher. He's got 17 saves. The walks are a little high, but nothing to worry about. His home runs are around a half a home run per 9. I don't know. Not really worried about Romano. Just feels like, I feel like Meza and Simber. I don't know. I feel like I would like I'm not saying they're bad, but I feel like I would want more of a shutdown kind of a guy at the back end. Meza's a guy who gets a ton of ground balls. Simber's this, he has the submarine motion, so he doesn't have a lot of velocity, a lot of movement, but I want like a big arm for the Blue Jays. You know what I mean? Like someone like Daniel Bard, like someone like that, just a hard throwing guy who can just come in at the end of games. You know? I feel like that's what they need. I don't know. What do I know? But Blue Jays, man, I hate putting them here because they're good. The offense is good. The starting pitching is good. You know what they're like right now? They're like the Phillies last year. They're just like the Phillies. The Phillies had a Phillies offense was not as good as the Blue Jays, but really good starting pitching. The Phillies had really good starting pitching last year, but didn't make the playoffs. Blue Jays, really good starting pitching. And a better offense. So they're like the Phillies times 2. So they just need a bullpen, man. They need another guy. But I have them at 13. And to be honest with you, I almost put them at 12, but I figured, you know what? The Tampa Bay Rays, they just won 3 out of 4 against the Blue Jays. So I got to give the Rays the leg up here. It's funny because the Rays, they lost both of their games to the Brewers earlier in the week. And the Blue Jays won their series against the Red Sox. So the Blue Jays, they were in a much better position coming into this series. And the Rays just took it to them. Won 3 out of 4. The offense, 12th overall coming into today. They scored 7 more runs today. Isaac Paredes, 3 more home runs this week. He's got 13 home runs in 40 games. Holy cow. Paredes is just, he is nuts. I mean, where is he when it comes to home runs? Actually, he's not even going to show up here because he doesn't even have the qualified at-bats. Where is he? Oh, wait, he's not a... Oh, no, he's not a rookie. What the heck am I talking about? He's not a rookie. Why am I... Is he? No, he's not a rookie, right? Okay, wait. Yeah, he played 23 games last year. So, yeah. And 34 in 2020. Wow. Feels like he's barely played. But, my goodness, man. 13 home runs in 40 games. Let's do some math in my head. What is that? He's on pace to do what? How many home runs is that? That's about 50 home runs. That is nuts. He's out of his mind. He's slugging .615. My goodness. But he's incredible. While Austin Meadows is doing absolutely nothing for the Tigers. Harold Ramirez, Yandy Diaz, those guys have been hot. Randy Arozarena has had a pretty quiet year, but he had a good week. So Arozarena's starting to pick up the pace. The starting pitching for the Rays, man. You know what's funny? We're always talking about the Rays bullpen. Always talking about the Rays bullpen. But the starting pitching has been phenomenal. Shane Mcclanahan struck out 10 Blue Jays in his last start. He's 9-3 on the year with a 1.74 ERA and a 2.42 FIP. He is 5th in Fangraph WAR among all starting pitchers. Shane Mcclanahan, man, he's having himself a year. The Rays are playing some great baseball lately. They did lose both to Milwaukee, but over the last couple of weeks, we're starting to see the Rays string together some more wins. So I've always liked the Rays. I'm very curious to see where they finish at the end of the year. Coming in at number 11, they have fallen out of my top 10. I have taken them out, the Phillies. They come in at number 11. Actually, they're playing right now. What's going on in that game? Is that game still on? What time is it? 10:40? Is it over? Oh, so it's over now. Well, they did win tonight. They got the win. 4-0 in St. Louis. So they did win their series against the Cardinals. But I will still stand pat at putting them at number 11. Right now, I don't know. You know what? Actually, I don't know. Okay, all right. You know what? We're going to have a vote. This is going to be the first time vote. We're going to do it. All right, everyone. I'm going to switch up the poll. We're going to switch. Actually, where is our poll at? I did which team should be number 1. The Yankees at 49%. The Astros at 39%. So, I'm going to end that poll. And for the first time this year, I am going to let you pick which team. It's either going to be these two teams. Which team should be number 10? The Cardinals or the Phillies? We're going to do a poll. First time on the year where you get to pick. All right, the poll is active. Let's see. Because, I mean, right now, I did have the Cardinals at number 10, but the Cardinals, they just lost their series. Will a series win from the Phillies be enough? Oh, it's not looking like it's enough. Oh, man. Even despite a series loss, it is looking like the Cardinals are still going to be ahead of the Phillies. We have 106 votes. We have 261 people in the chat and only 106 votes. Come on now, people. We've only had half of you vote. Not even half. Where are the votes? 62% for the Cardinals as of right now. I'm going to give you about maybe 30 more seconds. But it's looking like the Cardinals are going to be at number 10. Brian Cashman is here in the chat. Brian Cashman, you got to be calling the Cincinnati Reds about Luis Castillo. You got to be calling the A's about Frankie Montas. What are you doing? All right, well, it looks like you guys have decided. The Cardinals at 61%. All right, I'm going to stand pat. I was going to put I was considering putting the Phillies at number 10. Even despite the Phillies winning their series, I'm going to put the Phillies at number 10 and the Phillies at number 11 and the Cardinals at number 10. So, the Phillies earlier in the week, they did lose 2 out of 3 to the Braves. So, that was something there. But I will say this. Rhys Hoskins, Bryson Stott, Matt Vierling, they have been stepping up with Harper out. So give credit to those guys. They've been hitting really well lately. Nick Castellanos, he continues to be one of the most disappointing contracts this year. He has been cold. He is not hitting. He is not producing. They really need him to step up because Harper's out. Castellanos, man, I'm waiting to see what ends up happening with him because he has been very disappointing. I will say, starting pitching, it's looked pretty bad. For the week, Aaron Nola did get a win, and it looks like tonight, who got the win here? Who was pitching today? Was it Eflin? It was Wheeler. Wheeler, 7 innings, 4 hits. Wow, he had a great start. Who pitched tonight for the Cardinals? That was Wainwright. Wainwright had a really good start his last time out, but yeah. Phillies coming through with some offense. Hoskins, like I just told you, Hoskins has been red hot. He had a double and a home run tonight. 17th home run of the year. Realmuto's also been kind of quiet. He's only hitting .242 on the year with a .688 OPS, but he came through with a homer tonight in the 6th inning. So Castellanos did have an RBI. They go 1 for 4 tonight with a ribby. So Castellanos did come through. So, but the Phillies, the starting pitching other than Wheeler and Nola did not look all that great this week. Bullpen has been pretty good, but overall, you all voted, and you have put the Phillies in at number 11. And coming in at number 10, they did sweep the Marlins, so that is something to, something to consider there. The Cardinals really taking care of business against the Marlins, and ended up losing 2 out of 3 to the Phillies. But I will actually say this. I think if you put the Cardinals and the Phillies against each other in 7 games, I'd lean maybe towards the Cardinals right now. Their offense is really good lately. The starting pitching has been very solid. The bullpen has been really solid. They've been more of an all-around team. While the Phillies, some guys have been hot, some guys have been cold in the offense. Kind of the starting pitching as well lately. Some guys have been really good. Some guys have been cold. Bullpen has actually been pretty solid for the Phillies. But the Cardinals, man, they've been playing really good baseball as of late. They had 4 straight home runs against the Phillies the other night. That was crazy. 4 straight homers. Every time I think of 4 straight home runs, I think the Red Sox back in 2007. Who was it again? We had J.D. Drew, Jason Varitek, Manny Ramirez, and I'm going blank. Who was the 4th one? Mike Lowell. Yeah, Mike Lowell, J.D. Drew. Did I say J.D. Martinez? J.D. Drew, sorry. J.D. Drew, Jason Varitek, Manny Ramirez, Mike Lowell. So I always think of that, man. I remember watching that live. It was against the Yankees on ESPN. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. But the Cardinals, offense has been great. Arenado, Goldschmidt, they've been red hot. Starting pitching, Wainwright did look good against Miami. He didn't look too bad tonight against the Phillies. Gave up a few runs. Dakota Hudson, he looked pretty good against the Marlins this week. Matthew Liberatore, he got called back up. Bullpen's been pretty solid for the most part. I'll put the Cardinals a little bit ahead of the Phillies. It's very close. But you all voted. You all voted in the chat. So we're going to leave it at that. Coming in at number 9, I got the Minnesota Twins. It always feels like they're hovering around anywhere from 7 to 9. So the Twins, they're kind of staying in this range. They lost 3 out of 5 to Cleveland this week, but they did win 2 out of 3 against Baltimore over the weekend. Their offense has been really good lately, 7th in offense this past week. Bullpen, they blew a few games, but starting pitching has looked really good, and Sonny Gray has looked awesome lately, man. He has had a really good start against the Guardians. He got a no decision against the Orioles this weekend, but Sonny Gray is starting to really turn it on, man, for the Minnesota Twins. I have them coming in at number 9. At number 8, I have the Milwaukee Brewers. Look at the Brewers. They're coming on strong. They won 2 out of 3 against the Pirates. They scored 19 runs on Friday night. 19 runs on Friday night. What the heck is going on with the Milwaukee Brewers? They won both their games against the Rays. Brandon Woodruff is back. He looked good against the Rays. It was his first start in a month. No spamming in the chat, please. Brandon Woodruff, 5 innings, 10 Ks against the Rays the other night. First start in a month. He looked really good. Corbin Burns had a win against the Pirates. They were first in offense this past week. They were first in offense, but a big part of that is because they scored 19 runs in one game. So a little inflated, but still, you're putting up 19 runs in a game. Are you kidding me? My goodness. Let's just take a look at some of these guys on the Brewers from this past week. Look at some of these numbers, ladies and gentlemen. Christian Yelich, man. Holy cow. Look at Rowdy Tellez in the last 7 days. This is not counting today, by the way. Not counting today. Coming into today, Rowdy Tellez had 5 home runs in his last 7 games and 12 RBIs. Holy cow. Yelich, 517 on base, a 609 slugging. Jace Peterson, really solid. McCutcheon's been hitting. He's been hitting now for the last few weeks. Urias had 9 RBIs this past week. Willie Adames had 7 RBIs this past week. What the heck, man? Man, Brewers are getting some bats. They're playing great baseball. Coming in at number 7, I'm going to be keeping them at number 7, my Red Sox. I almost put the Brewers ahead, but I kind of want to see another week. Can my Red Sox get it back on track this week? You got the Rays and then the Yankees coming up later on in the week. The Brewers. Who are the Brewers playing this week? The Milwaukee Brewers. What are they doing? And the Brewers now are in first place in the division. So, let me actually pull up. How far are they ahead? 1.5 ahead of the Cardinals right now. So, but this week, they got an easy week, man. They got the Cubs and the Pirates. The Brewers could easily be ahead of the Red Sox next week. The Red Sox did not have a great week, but the Brewers... Last week, I had the Brewers at number 10. So, they definitely gained some ground on the Red Sox. I need to see another week, though. But, where was I? My Red Sox. Really frustrating week. I'm not going to dive too much into this. I like to leave most of my Red Sox analysis for the Believe in Red Sox podcast, which also, everyone... I might not be doing it tomorrow. I usually do it after every series, but it's the 4th of July tomorrow. I'm actually traveling tomorrow. I have to drive like an hour and a half somewhere tomorrow morning. I might not be able to do the Red Sox podcast tomorrow. I might be able to. I'm going to see if I can. I got to do some stuff in the morning. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I want to. We'll see. I don't know, because usually I usually go live with the Believe in Red Sox podcast at usually around like 10 a.m. or 10:30. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I might pre-record it. I don't know. I might just take it off tomorrow and then just wait until after the Rays series. So if you don't see it tomorrow, don't be surprised because, again, I got to travel tomorrow. So, but my Red Sox, they've just not been playing great all-around baseball. The offense has been slumping. They were 20th on the week. Bullpen, they've been chugging, 20th on the week. The starting pitching has been You had Connor Seabold. He made a start today against the Cubs. He was better than he was against the Blue Jays, but he got rocked against the Blue Jays. Waka, he got the no decision against the Blue Jays in that series. Pivetta, he did pretty good. But, the Red Sox, they're just not, I don't know, they just seem I don't know, man. They're just not playing their best baseball right now. And it seems like some wear and tear is starting to catch up to them a little bit. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. My Red Sox just not playing great. I'm going to leave him at the number 7 spot for right now. John Ray, what is going on? Happy 4th. Braves rank over the Mets and the Padres. Ooh. What? You're going to have to stay tuned here for like a few more minutes. You're going to see where the Braves are at. I don't know if I'm ready to put them ahead of the Mets right now. The Padres, you definitely have an argument. John Ray, happy 4th of July, my friend. Happy Independence Day. Thank you for coming out, John. Appreciate that, my friend. But Red Sox coming in at number 7. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Blue Jays and the Cubs. Honestly, the Cubs, you lost this series to the Cubs this weekend. That's really, I know the Cubs are playing better. I think it was just you just ran into a team that's playing good baseball lately. And the Red Sox, they just seem like a tired team lately. They did have Thursday off, but they've just been traveling a lot too. Man, they had 3 straight road series. So I think the Red Sox, man, I think they need to get back home. Man. So number 6, I got the Padres. Padres, man, they cannot beat the Dodgers. They beat the Dodgers today, but they lost 3 out of 4 to the Dodgers in this series. They split with Arizona in the week. I'll be honest, man, like this Padres team, they're going to need some reinforcements soon. They're going to need some reinforcements, especially with the offense. They were 24th last week. They need to get Fernando Tatis Jr.'s bat back. They're going to have to go make a trade for a bat. They need a bat, man. The Padres, they got some great pitching. Starting pitching has been good all year. The bullpen, though, was really bad this past week. Look at this bullpen. with the Padres. They ranked overall. They rank 8th in relief pitching on the year. On the year, they're doing great. But look at how they've been doing for the last 7 days. San Diego, 20th overall. They're 0-3 in that bullpen. Did they pick up that bullpen might have picked up a win today. But coming into today, they were 0-3. Look at the ERA coming into today for the week. A 9.20. Are you kidding me? Look at the FIP, 4.83. Look at the XFIP, 4.68. My goodness. This bullpen has been horrible. Horrible. Garbage. So the Padres, they are going to have to add a bat. I think they could use a bullpen arm too. The Padres, they have a good infield defense this year. I think someone like David Robertson would be a good fit for them. He gets a lot of ground balls. But the Padres need some bats. If they can go get themselves an outfielder, someone like Ian Happ. Oh, if you can go get Ian Happ, that'd be fantastic. If you can somehow, I don't think the Pirates are going to trade him, but if you could go get Brian Reynolds somehow, he's going to cost a lot. I don't think the Pirates will end up moving him. But I don't know, man. Oh, we have a new member in the chat. Jarvis Henley has become a member. Jarvis, welcome. Welcome, 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 Jarvis. Thank you. Jarvis, go to the community tab. You will find a link for the Discord. You can join the Discord there, my friend. But Jarvis, thank you so much, my friend. If anyone else wants to become a member, consider it. Hey, 99 cents per month. And all the support is much appreciated. Thank you so much. So, Mason R., how do you become a member? There should be a button near or somewhere around where it says join. If you don't see it on your mobile, if you're on a mobile device, you might not be able to see it. But for some people, it's weird. Some people say they can see it, and then some people say they can't. So if you go to your desktop, you probably will have a better chance of seeing it there. So, but moving on here, the Padres, they're going to need some bats. Not a good offense this past week. That's been a part of their team this year. They've been a clutch team this year, but they have really not been very good, man. Ha-Sung Kim, he was okay this week. Had a 409 on base. Mazzaro's been pretty good. He's been pretty good. Profar, he had a good on base this week. I don't know if it's me. I just feel like Profar, it would be better in a utility role, you know, and you can go get yourself a good bat for the outfield. Like, if you could go get Ian Happ, I think that would be really good. Luke Voight is starting to heat up lately. 278 coming into today on the week. The power starting to come around for Luke Voight, but his overall numbers on the year aren't great. The slugging is okay, but we're going to need to see Luke Voight start to pick up the pace a little bit. Yeah. I mean, right now you're looking at, so he's kind of right around his numbers from last year. But that 2020 year he was having, man, he had 22 homers in 56 games. Almost the same amount of games, and he's got half of that. So, I don't know, I think Voight, he's starting to show some signs, but in the end, I think the Padres need a bat. Let's move into the top 5. I thought about putting this team a little higher. I really did. I need to maybe see one more week. I'm going to upset some of you. The Braves. I really did. I wanted to put the Braves at number 4. I'm not quite ready yet because I did put the Mets at number 4. The Braves are playing tremendous. They're playing really good. I'm just not ready to move the Mets down yet. I'm not quite ready just yet. The Braves are so close to doing it for me. But I'm not ready to move the Mets down just yet. The Mets are not playing great lately. The Braves are. I know that might upset some of you. I know. Trust me, I do. But that's how I am with my power rankings. I need to see a little bit more sometimes. Not quite ready. But another member, Mr. Padres fan 78 has become a member. Mr. Padres fan 78. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. But yeah, the Braves, I'm not quite ready. One more week. Let's see where we're at next week. We'll come talk about this. But I'm going to rave about the Braves right now. I love what the Braves are doing. They're fantastic. They won both their series this week against the Phillies and the Reds. The starting pitching was 10th overall this week. Charlie Morton had a no-no going today. They ended up losing the game. But Charlie Morton, man, he's pitching great lately. Spencer Strider has been awesome. He has been so good. Let's go take a look at Mr. Spencer Strider, shall we? He's been so good. Look at these numbers. 2.87 ERA, 7 starts, 2.02 FIP. Look at these, 13 and a half strikeouts per 9. What the heck is going on? He is averaging 98 miles an hour on his fastball. This guy's out of his mind. This guy's nuts. Max Fried, good start against the Reds. Kyle Wright had a good start against the Phillies. Each of those guys went 7 innings. The offense has been fantastic. Michael Harris, I believe, won Rookie of the Month for June. In the month of June, he hit .347 with a .964 OPS, 4 homers, 16 RBIs, 4 stolen bases. Holy crap. Michael Harris has been really good. Austin Riley's been really hot lately, man. He's been good. Adam Duvall was actually heating up, but then he got hit on the hand. MRI came back negative. He did not play tonight, so keep an eye out for Adam Duvall. Now, the one area the Braves actually did struggle in last week was their bullpen. They ranked 26 in Fangraph and FIP on Fangraphs, sorry. Kenley Jansen, actually pretty scary. He got put on the IL for an irregular heartbeat. That's pretty scary. That's not like, strained his oblique or whatever, strained your calf or your shoulders, you got a bum shoulder or something. A regular heartbeat, man, that's not, something to joke around about. So hopefully he gets back soon and he's healthy. Hoping the best for Kenley Jansen, man. But the Braves, they're playing great. And the Mets, they've been struggling. They lost both their games to the Astros this week. They did win 2 out of 3 against Texas over the weekend, so that kind of helped them out here a little bit, kept them in the number 4 spot. If they had lost that series to the Rangers, I probably would have put the Braves in front. But the Mets did enough to hang on to the number 4. The offense is slumping. They were 25th last week. They need help with starting pitching. It is starting to crumble. They were 24th last week. The bullpen was 27th. The Mets are starting to show cracks, man. This happened last year. Remember the Mets, man? They were looking really good last year. And then all of a sudden, they just fell apart. I'm wondering, are we seeing the same thing here with the Mets? They still have a lead in the division. They're 3.5. 3.5 in front of the Atlanta Braves. Oh, my. You could see potentially the Braves potentially this week take over. I think they have a series against each other. Don't they have a series against each other this week? Also, Jacob deGrom, rehab start today. Looked pretty good. No, it's next week. Okay. So, but for the Mets, no days off. You got the Reds, and then you got 4 against the Marlins, who have been playing good. So, and then you're on the road. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Man, oh, man. You know what? I'm going to do a poll in the chat. I'm going to do a poll in the chat. Here we go. Look out for the new poll, everyone. Who will be in first place in the NL East at the All-Star break? The Mets or the Braves? Go ahead and vote, everyone. Who will be in first place by the All-Star break? That's a good question. That's a good question because they got 3 games against each other. It looks like, so the Braves, let me go take a look at their schedule. The Mets, they do have the Marlins. That's not going to be an easy series. But oof. The Braves, they have a tough series this week against the Cardinals. That's a good series. Cardinals and the Braves, that's fun. Then you got the Nationals. I would say right now the Mets probably have the easier schedule. Well, I don't know, because you got the Nationals for 7 games. I guess it's pretty even. I'd say the Mets probably have a slightly... I don't know. The Marlins series will not be easy. That's not an easy series. I would say the Cardinals for the Braves is a tougher series. But, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could maybe say it's a little... Maybe the Mets have a slightly easier... Yeah, the Mets have an easier schedule, I would say. Oh, till the All-Star break. Until the All-Star break. All right, where are we at in the poll? I am curious to see who you guys are picking. Oh, this is close. 118 votes. 53% for the Braves. 54% for the Braves. Oh, man. A lot of you are picking the Braves to be in first place by the All-Star break. Are you kidding me? Oh, my. My, oh, my. Could you imagine? Oh, we got a super chat coming in. William Fulgham, $4.99. Braves start Fried, Strider, and Morton against the Mets. Should be a great series. William Fulgham, he's got Braves fever. Man, that's going to be a good series. I can't wait for it. That's going to be big. All right, let's get back to it. But DeGrom, he did have a rehab start today. I believe it was today. If it wasn't today, it was yesterday. But Max Scherzer, he's on his rehab assignment. They need those 2 guys back. Tyler McGill, he got moved to the 60-day IL. I wonder if the Mets are going to go after a starter, man. I wonder. We're going to have to wait and see. But Scherzer should be back, I believe. Should be back this week, I believe. Right? If not this week, then next week. I think he should be back this coming week. So, DeGrom, hopefully he's back after the All-Star break. So, oh, Timothy, thank you. Scherzer's back on Tuesday. I was about to say, I feel like he was getting pretty close. So, alrighty. Let's move on to number 3. I'm going to keep this team in the number 3 spot from last week. The Dodgers. Coming in at number 3, taking 3 out of 4 against the Padres. They lost today. Mookie Betts was activated. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Rockies earlier on in the week. So that did not really help their case to move up. So, but good series win against the Padres. They have the Padres numbers, man. I cannot talk. They have the Padres number. The Padres just can't beat this Dodgers team. I don't know why. They won today, but when was the last time the Padres won a series against the Dodgers? I saw the number somewhere, but the Dodgers, man, they still look very good. When it comes to the offense last week, they were 13th. Hit pretty well overall. When it comes to runs scored, they were 11th overall in runs scored coming into today on the week. The starting pitching has been pretty solid. Top 10 starting pitching this week. And then the bullpen. Very good bullpen this past week. A 1.54 ERA, 3.16 FIP. Dodgers, man, they're just playing pretty solid baseball. Again, you did lose your series to the Rockies. Good to see Mookie Betts back. But for the Dodgers, I'm keeping them at the number 3 spot. And Here we go. Oh, Sound FX with a super chat coming in hot. Sound FX09, still number 5 for the chop. Can't blame you. 4-2 road trip. Oh, I'm telling you, man. I wanted to put them ahead. I did. I'm just not quite there. It's like I'm like 90% there to making the switch. I almost did it. 4-2 road trip. L's on the rubber matches. That was another thing today, too. They lost the rubber match today. So I was a little... if you could have just walked away with a win today, that would have been tougher. 10 of the next 14 games against the Mets and the Nats, must-win games if we were able to repeat. Yeah, you got to win that Mets series, man. You have got to win that Mets series. But this is going to be a big week. Big week. The way the Mets are playing lately, they're not playing great lately. They were able to beat the Rangers this past weekend, 2 out of 3. But the Mets are starting to show some cracks in the old armor. The Braves, man, they're hot. So this is going to be a big week. Thank you, SoundFX, for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. Astros or the Yankees? Why is this doing this? Why are we doing this? There we go. Astros or the Yankees? I thought about it. And I thought about it some more. I'm not ready to put the Astros ahead of the Yankees just yet. I'm very close. I'm just not quite there. I got the Astros coming at number 2, but they're playing amazing lately. Jeremy Pena had the walk-off today. They swept the Angels. They won both their games against the Mets. They did win their rescheduled game against the Yankees. 4-0 against the Mets on the year. 3-2 against the Yankees. So if we had a best out of 7 with the Yankees right now, the Astros got a 3-2 lead. I'll be honest with you. If we're in the playoffs right now and you had the Yankees and the Astros up 3-2 in the series, I'd count on the Yankees to force a Game 7, to be completely honest with you. I think those two teams are so evenly matched. I think they're going to meet each other in the playoffs. I really do. Because when I'm looking at the American League, I don't know. Everyone wanted to pick the Blue Jays in the beginning of the year. I drank the Kool-Aid for the Blue Jays. I drank that Kool-Aid. And now a lot of people are not liking that Kool-Aid now. So I think the Yankees and the Astros are on a collision course for the playoffs. I just think those are the two best teams in the American League. This Astros team is just... They are just stupid lately, man. They're playing so good. They had 20 strikeouts against the Angels today. Framber Valdez struck out 13 Angels today. The bullpen was phenomenal. Neris, Montero, Presley, they combined had 7, plus the 13 from Valdez. 20 strikeouts? Are you kidding me? The Angels stink. But the Astros are really good, too. Man, so good. Their starting pitching's been awesome. I think everyone in the rotation had a win this week. Incredible. Offense was 4th overall. Let's take a look at this offense. Man, oh man, they got some guys that are hitting, man. Look at this. Jose Altuve, he's been awesome. McCormick's even been hitting really well. Kyle Tucker's been hitting well. Gurriel, Alvarez. Him and Pena ran into each other recently, and looks like Alvarez is fine. My goodness, man. This Astros team, they're just hitting. The bullpen, I believe, was the best bullpen this week. Or they might have had the best ERA. No, what was I looking at? I think I'm thinking of the Yankees. I think the Yankees had the best ERA. 0.79 ERA on the week. That Yankees bullpen is just stupid good. But the Astros bullpen, they've been pretty solid lately. 3.38 ERA. Man, just a good all-around team with the Astros, man. I'm just not quite ready to put them ahead of the Yankees just yet. Not quite there. And the Yankees coming in at number 1. They swept the Oakland A's this week. They did lose their one game to the Astros. It was a makeup game, but then they won 2 out of 3 against Cleveland. The Yankees also played very well this week. So it's not like the Yankees had a bad week. They had a good week. Yeah, they lost to the Astros, but we're looking at the whole picture here. The Yankees right now on the week, 6th in offense, 5th in starting pitching, the best bullpen. Stanton and Rizzo each had 3 home runs. Cole, Cortez, Tyone, even J.P. Sears had a win this past week. Severino pitched well against the Astros in that loss. Chapman, though, guess who's back? Aroldis Chapman, and he did not look very good. They put him back in a setup role. 3 walks, 2 runs. Aroldis Chapman, I don't know, man. I mean, I know it was like his first game back in a little while, so maybe give him a little bit more time. But... Man, oh man. Aroldis Chapman, I'm not really sure. E-Man 84. Astros should have swept the Yankees last week. It was going to happen. Yeah, man, that was a good series, though. That was fun. Tom Montgomery, look at Houston's starting pitching. Yeah, you know what? Let me pull up that starting pitching. Let me look at that starting pitching, because it looks really nice, man. Look at this. That's insane. They all had a win. I said that earlier. Look at the ERAs. Their starting pitching has been so good. I mean, look at this. Verlander went into the 8th. Valdez, 13 strike. That's not even counting Valdez's start today. Valdez had 13 Ks today. Garcia had a win. Urquidy had a couple of starts, had a win. Oh, look at this, man. Look at this. Incredible. I love what the Astros are doing right now. I'm not quite ready to put them at number 1, but I'm very close. I could. You could make an argument for the Astros to be right here. You really could. I'm not quite ready just yet. Not quite. Blitz GMD. And without Alvarez, you are nothing. Yes. I think if you take Alvarez out of that lineup, the Astros are not looking very good. No love for Gonsolin. Tony Gonsolin's been amazing this year. He's been amazing. Dude, Tyler Anderson's been so good. Kevin, we're getting Odorizzi back tomorrow, and McCullers back in a month. Oh, yeah, McCullers, man. I forgot about him. Ugh. Could you imagine? Man, oh, man. So, Jack Huffman, you will never be ready to put the Astros number 1. I think I will. If they keep playing this way, I think they could easily be number 1. I think they could. But everyone, I'm going to get out of here. That's my power rankings for this week. Yankees, Astros, Dodgers, Mets, Braves. Same as last week. No changes in the top 5. A little bit of movement in 6 through 10. Padres, Red Sox, Brewers, Twins, and the Cardinals. Ooh, another super chat. Schmidt boy. Cubs trade Contreras, Happ, and Robertson to the Padres for Hosmer, Hassel, and Campusano. Oh. I mean, the Cubs would have to absorb that deal. But then they'd get Hassel and Campusano out of it. I'll pull it up on baseball trade values. I wonder, because I'm actually curious, what is Hosmer's value as of right now? Very curious about this. Because they have the Cubs and the Padres have talked about Hosmer, according to the reports. All right, let's do this. I mean, honestly, Happ would be a great fit. Orioles, man, have a good night, my friend. Contreras and Robertson. I don't know. Would they do? I guess you could do Contreras there. That would be a huge bat for them. Okay. And then Robertson. And then, I don't know if this is going to work because Hosmer's at negative 34.5. And then if you do, well, actually it might. Hassel. Oh, okay. Actually, yeah, that's a lot closer than I thought. It'd be a moderate overpay. I think the Cubs would need to get more. They would absolutely need to get more. I don't think you're close enough. Could you throw in one more guy? Could you throw in someone like a Wood? That would turn into a minor overpay. What if you take out Wood and then you put in Jackson Merrill? And then maybe you got something here. I think no way. I think that there's no way the Cubs will take Hosmer because they're basically just taking Hosmer to get. I don't know if the Padres do this. I don't think they would do it because these are like their last good prospects. Besides C.J. Abrams, I don't see the Padres doing this. So, but I mean, it'd be great if the Padres can get rid of Hosmer's contract, and then if they could get Contreras and Happ and Robertson back. But I don't know, man. It might be. This might be. I don't think the Padres would do this because Hassel is in their top 5. He's in their top 3. Campusano. I could see the Padres move on from Campusano because I feel like he hasn't turned into what they thought he was going to be. So maybe they could use him in a deal somewhere. I mean, honestly, you could maybe see. Could you see Happ and Robertson? Maybe for Campusano, possibly. That'd be kind of awkward with Campusano and Contreras. I don't know. Maybe you can take out Hosmer. Actually, let's do that. Let's just take out Hosmer here, and then let's take out Hassel. I mean, could you maybe do something like this? Maybe one more guy here. Maybe throw in like Savala. Ooh, how about that? Do Campusano, Merrill, and Savala for Contreras, Happ, and Robertson. Something like that. Maybe one more prospect for the Cubs can get this done. I don't know. Just throw in like a lefty. Something like that. 4 young players for the Cubs, 3 top players. I could see the Padres doing something like this. I could see them part with Campusano if it got them something like this. Because with Happ, is he in Happ under control for next year, or is he a free agent? I feel like he has one more year of control. Yeah, he has one more year. So you would have Happ for next year. Robertson is a rental, and then Contreras would be a rental. So you don't often see catchers get moved at the deadline. I think you could see Contreras get moved. But then again, I could also see Wilson Contreras stay, and they could get him signed up to an extension. So, but we'll talk more about this on Wednesday night on MLB Trade Talks with John of Baseball Trade Values. We're going to have a show every single Wednesday, so make sure you come out to that Wednesday night. That's going to be a fun show. Everyone, I want to thank you for coming out, talking Power Rankings, talking some baseball with me tonight. It's been another good episode of Power Rankings. Again, tomorrow night, be on the lookout. I'm going to be uploading my annual trade deadline video. I'm hoping for 100,000 views on that video. Last year's video got 95,000 views. I'm hoping for 100 on this one. We'll see. I don't know. Probably not going to get it, but that's the goal. I plan on doing this video every single year. But everyone, thank you for the super chats tonight. Where are we at with the likes? Did we get to 100 likes or 200 likes? We're at 167 likes, everyone. Can we get to 200 before we get out of here? Can we get to 200 likes before we get out of here? Hit that like button on the way out, everyone. We're at 168 likes. Let's see. 200 is the goal. But thank you for coming out tonight, everyone. I do really appreciate it. I probably won't be live for the Red Sox podcast tomorrow. Like I said, I do have to drive tomorrow morning. I don't know if I'm going to have time. But be on the lookout Thursday. Our co-host will be making his debut on the podcast. You're going to want to be here to see who it is. A former Red Sox player, and I'm telling you, he's a pretty important player in Red Sox history. So, everyone, go have yourself a great night. Go have yourself a good 4th of July tomorrow. Seriously, go hang out with some family. Go outside. Go eat some food. Light off some fireworks. Go in the pool. Go have a hamburger. Go have a hot dog. Go have some fun. Have a good night, everyone, and I'll talk to you next time.